Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we are going to do a character guide on Prishe. I'm pretty excited about this one, can you tell? My Prishe is pretty fully loaded here. We got costume, we've got supplement level 2 out of 5 Ultima weapon. This is my third Ultima weapon I'm working on, by the way. And we've got blue armor, so you can tell I'm a big fan of Prishe here. We're going to go ahead in this guide. We are going to look at her spheres and her artifacts and then do a showcase. Prishe's kit can seem confusing to people, but it's really not that bad. She's just very combo based and her attacks change a lot, which could throw people off. So I'm going to try to do my best to explain how her combo system works, but it's really not that bad. It's not like too impactful how you do the combos. Obviously there are ways to maximize it, but Prishe is so ridiculously powerful. You can be a pretty bad player and just press buttons and Prishe is going to blow things up. So that's kind of how big DPS characters like this work. So let's go ahead with Prishe, and we are going to jump into the artifacts. So with Prishe, you actually want to do Attack 108 and Ability Attack Bonus 2-star. She is a huge DPS character. Increases Brave damage dealt during ability chain by 10%. The ability chain referring to kind of her combo system. So basically, while you're doing your things with her, she's going to get way more Brave damage, which is super important for Prishe because her whole gimmick is getting extra Brave hits, so increasing Brave damage is really, really important. So that being said, let's hop into some spheres here. So she's a triple A slot, so that's the game screaming out to you that she's an attack character, right? Now, one thing to notice on spheres is some characters like Yang here, notice how it says does not stack with same sphere. That means if you put, say, a Yang sphere on someone, you can't just put 2 Yang spheres and get that double. But not every sphere says that. Now, somebody in the comments, I have no way of knowing for sure if this actually works or not, but I'm pretty sure it works the way I think it does. So if you want to correct me in the comments, feel free to do that. If you're more of a theory crafter, understand the game mechanics a little bit more. But I've said this before in videos, DPS characters that can hit weakness damage, I feel like Rydia is one of the best spheres you can throw on. Because she's hitting on attack and brave damage, which is typically the 2 things you want to hit on with the damage dealer. And notice, Rydia's does not stack with same sphere. So what logic tells me is I should be able to throw as many Rydias on and they should stack. So look at that. I got triple Rydia on there. So I'm getting attack and brave damage. Now, another really good shout specifically for Prishe is 7 sphere. So let me go down to 7. 7's going to be way down here at the bottom. 7, though, I think is a really good one you can put on. Where's my type 0? I think no, here's type 0. 7, here it is. When attacking, weakness damage, brave damage. So specifically, I think on Prishe, brave damage is a little bit more important than attack because her gimmick is getting more brave hits. So the more you're doing on your brave hits, the more damage you're going to put out. But I think attack is also very good. So I just took the middle road. I just did 3 Rydias. I'm getting attack and brave damage on everything. If I really, really, really like Prishe and I'm going to use Prishe everywhere, which I've already gone pretty deep on her, right? If I have whips, I'll have to look at my EX stash. But if I've got 3 whips, not going to lie, I might actually max out 3. I might purple 3 Rydia EXs just to get 3 full spheres. And if somebody in the comments can confirm for me for sure, if somebody maybe from TCC is watching this, but if somebody can confirm for me for sure that Rydia does stack, I might go ahead and just make 3 full Rydia spheres and really go to town on this Prishe. But yeah, that's gonna be my recommendation there on Prishe. She is weakness damage. She actually has 3 elements in her kit that she does in peril. So we'll talk about that. All right, so let's jump into the showcase here. I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to do this similar combo I've been doing with Rem just for turn shenanigans and then Freya to jump in the air and do range damage to this orb. So let's go and do that. I don't really care who I'm bringing for the friend here. Do I care what my summon is? No. Let's just bring a Frit for more attack. Sure, why not? Sure, do your little download. I don't know what you'd have to download. You have to download Prishe's power. That's what it is. Prishe is too powerful. You got to download her stats because I just beefed her stats up so much, right? All right, so here we are. Oh, perfect. And this works out really well because I can get Freya just up in the air. Because Prishe can kind of turn hog a little bit, right? So we want to be very careful about how we're doing the turn hogging. So let's go ahead and let's just do some fun stuff here. So we're going to put Celis Call on. By the way, Celis got her C90. So we definitely will be talking about Celis this week, so be on the lookout for that video. But I think a lock call like Celis on Freya is really awesome, because then Freya's just going to hop up in the air and the enemies are just going to whiff because they're going to be attacking air if it's single target, right? Sorry, let's get Freya launched here. Launching the Freya. Here we go. Get up there. All right. Now we've got Prishe. All right. So Prishe is someone who does kind of have like a specific way you want to go about to optimize her start. I think once you get Prishe going, you can kind of decide where you want to go based on the situation. So you're going to notice she starts off with 1 Ilm Punch and Spinning Attack. That's kind of like her base stance for each one. They're both just non-elemental base attacks. The way you want to think about it is, so her 15 CP, she has like the 1 Ilm Punch chain, and then she has the Spinning Attack chain. The spinning attack chain is going to be more the AoE route. So if you're facing like 3 enemies, then always just keep hitting the skill 2 button. If you're doing more single target, go more the skill 1 route. And if you're kind of doing 2 enemies, you can kind of mix up between the 2. Okay. So I'm just going to, without demonstrating here, I'm just going to read off. I'm on Tomberry Troop, by the way. Shout out to Tomberry Troop. Please check them out. But they put a nice little chart on their infographic that kind of explains how it goes, right? So what happens is based on the attack you use, it changes what the 15 and 35 look like. So if you use Spinning Attack, the Spinning Attack is going to change into Backhand Blow Detonation, which does wind damage. Okay, and it's AoE. And then her 15 CP 1 Ilm Punch is going to turn into Howling Fist Fusion, which is actually going to be, I believe it's Holy and Fire. It could be Lightning and Fire, but I think it's Holy Fire. It's Holy or Lightning. I can't tell with the symbol. Honestly, the element isn't crazy important unless the enemy absorbs. But the enemies are gonna be in peril to all of them. But just know that Howling Fist has double element. Now the nice thing with Prishe, because characters like Vaughn would be an example of a character with like multiple elements, right? Having multiple elements can be a downfall, because typically if an enemy absorbs 1, the character can be locked out. But the nice thing with Prishe is with her combo system, you could just stick to the elements you want. So if the enemy, say, absorbs wind, you just stay out of the Spinning Attack combo. You just don't do the Backhand Blow Detonation, just do the other one, right? Or if they absorb Fire or Holy, might be Lightning. I can't, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Holy. Then just stay out of the Holy chain, right? So that's really, really nice there. All right, so that being said, you use 1 Ilm Punch or use Spinning Attack, it's going to change the attack into one of those other attacks. When you use one of the alternate attacks in the combo, it just reverts back to 1 Ilm Punch and Spinning Attack, and then you just cycle out. So basically, you just use the first attack, and then choose what you want for the second attack. For the most part, it's not really going to matter. Like, if it's a 15 or 35 attack, you can probably do either one and be okay. But if you're someone that really likes to maximize, pay attention to how many enemies you got. If you got more enemies, stick to the bottom attack. If you got single target, stick to the top attack, right? Now, in terms of how do we start her out, because you're going to notice there's a lot going on here. She's starting off with free skill uses. She's starting off with her EX. So we've got a lot of different options to do here, right? So you want to start with 1 Ilm Punch or Spinning Attack, because this is going to be a free skill use and it's going to get you into your combo. So I typically start with Spinning Attacks. I usually want to do AoE Brave damage, so I'm going to go with that. And you can see, 330k, pretty decent, right? So now you see it changed to Howling Fist Fusion or Backhand Blow Detonation. So once again, Howling Fist Fusion is going to be the Fire Holy. Backhand Blow Detonation is going to be the Wind Attack, right? Now, what you want to do after that is you want to go into the EX. The EX is ridiculously powerful, and it ignores defense. And the EX, the reason why you want to pop this early is this basically imperils them to all 3 of Prishe's elements. So let's drop that EX. It is a very slow charging EX. So it's very nice that they just started off with that. But look at that, over 1 mil damage to the single target with some splash. So very, very nice damage there, right? So let's go ahead and just, I don't know, throw some calls on to make her look better. Prishe, by the way, because of all the brave hits, is somebody that benefits from snow a little bit, just by getting like extra brave gains with all that to start, just really maximizing on the attack. Very, very good there. Sure, let's throw some AA skills on. Okay. And I guess since, well, even though Prishe is coming up next, I'm still going to swap turns, because I can just keep the combo going and keep them in front of the enemies, right? So let's swap back into Prishe. Okay. Now what's going to happen is after using the EX, you should get a free skill use back. So let's get back to Prishe here. So I know like this is kind of a lot. I'll kind of re-summarize it again at the end. Yep. So after the EX, you can see we are back to free skill use, right? So typically what I recommend doing is using the AA, because this has some very powerful buffs to Prishe, basically increasing her brave damage and attack quite a bit. And her overflow, she gets some overflow on it too. So use that AA right there. And then from here, basically now you'd go into LD. So let's go ahead and use the LD, and this has a very powerful buff. So let's go ahead and throw this on. And look at the damage from this LD. This is a really powerful LD. Watch this damage. 2.3 mil. So this basically, I think, will replace Cyan as like the most damaging LD call you can bring in. It's a very good, like when you're doing co-op and let's say Prishe isn't featured, bring whatever feature character, bring Prishe call, and you're going to be like dealing massive damage to these co-ops. So Prishe is very, very good there on the call. Let's swap back into her so we can take a look at there. So now, basically what you do at this point is you bounce between the 15 and 35, refresh the LD when you need to, and do all that. And obviously we can get the burst effect up. So I'm trying to think, should I go full burst phase here or should I go burst effect? Let's go burst effect first. So let's do burst attack. Now, remember, so here's what happens. Her LD buff makes it so that every time she does a brave attack, it does a bonus brave attack. So she's doubling the brave attacks that she's doing, which is why brave damage is so important, right? Let's see the damage here on this. So yeah, 1.5 mil. Okay. What the burst does is it adds an extra brave attack to the party. So what this means is if you've got the burst effect up and you've got her LD up, the whole party is getting double brave hits, and Prishe gets both of those, so she gets triple brave hits, okay? So we're talking damage up the wazoo here. So let's go ahead and let's swap back into Prishe. And now that we've basically got her all set up, let's just hop into a burst phase and just watch her go to town. Just watch her go to town. All right, so let's burst phase, and this works out great. Oh, let's get this on too. Get a little extra brave gain going on here. And Prisha's burst is a 10-turn burst, right? So what we'll do in burst phase here is we can just go through some of her cycles so you guys can see how that looks. So let's go burst phase. We're going to see crazy damage, by the way. I'm not going to lie. So sure, let's let's pop the EX. Watch the enemy's health, by the way. We got one at 52, one at 72. Let's just see how annihilated they are by the end of this. So let's pop an EX, which is very powerful. Yeah, 1.2 mil with some splash. With just throwing the spears down, right? Normally I'd use the AA here, but since I'm in burst mode, let's go ahead. Let's do backhand blow. So backhand blow is going to be more the AoE route. Once again, this is the wind damage one. So it's AoE brave damage. So yeah, 630k with 200k splash. Not bad. Okay, and then now let's go into, sure, let's pop another LD off because that's going to be really strong. This is going to decimate this enemy, by the way. Absolutely decimated. So like 2.5. Prishe is by far at this point, like at this state in the game, the best Brave Shaver in the game, like hands down, with all the Brave hits she's doing. I don't think there's anyone that can compete, right? Now, earlier, so now we're back to the original starting point of the combo, right? So we're spinning attack or one Ilm punch. Now, we haven't seen one Ilm punch, so let's do that. That's the single target. And this is going to change the skills that we get, right? So we'll do that. And so now you're going to see backhand blow detonation will always be the S2, but S1 now is Howling Fist transfixion or transfixation. Yeah, transfixion. So Howling Fist transfixion is just a holy only attack. So let's go ahead and try that one out. And then once again, this one also is a defense ignoring attack. And that was I'm pretty sure the numbers went fast, but I'm pretty sure it was 800k. Pretty sure it was. And then sure, let's go back to spinning attack because now these free skill uses are just cycling around. Right? And then we can just pop off into now the burst attack again. So there you go. Prishe just dealing out tons of damage. Remember, by the way, when we started this, one enemy was 79% and the other one was 60-something or 50-something. And so we've burned them down quite a bit here just in her burst phase. About a 10 mil burst phase, right? And once again, not like super optimized. This is just showcase setting, right? We're just showcasing her off, showing all that there. But there you go. Prishe is pretty darn easy to use. Sure, let's swap back again. Let's just see what Prishe can do with a couple more turns here. Okay, do that, sure. All right, so yeah, I think we gotta pop that EX, right? Let's pop that EX off. I love this EX, very strong attack. The nice thing is yeah, 1.8 mil on the EX, dude. Dang, pretty darn good. Yeah, let's just keep swapping. The nice thing is like Prishe's her long EX wait time used to be a detriment, but now with like all the combo pieces she has, it feels like it just charges faster. Like it's up when you want to use it, right? So sure, on this in-between turn, let's just pop a gigantic LD. Once again, this will be a 2.5 mil attack, you know, something like that. Just huge damage. Like, this guy's out of here. Just get out of my face. You are done. We'll cancel that. I mean, basically, sure, and we'll just let her drop back in. That's fine. Let's go ahead and do... I mean, we might as well just finish this Lufenia, right? Like, it's over at this point. Basically, I pop another LD with Prishe and it's over. Because I've got all these attacks, I probably won't have to. Let's swap back to Prishe. Yeah, this is fun, though. And, like, Prishe, because she does have a lot of free turns, she can combo well with Cissnei. Like, trust me, the devs aren't dumb when they release characters in certain order. Like, they release characters in order that makes sense. So, like, you could do Prishe, Snow, and Cissnei, and that team would probably dominate pretty darn well. So, there you go. That's Prishe. Let me summarize again the combo start, okay? So basically just use your one Ilmer spinning attack. It's free use, free turn. Then you want to pop EX because you need to get that Imperil on right away. And then when her turn comes around, you're going to have the free skill use. I recommend putting the AA on. If you have, like, let's say it's later in the fight and you have plenty of turns on the AA, sure, then do a skill 1 or skill 2 at that point, right? And then you want an LD to get that set up so she's getting extra brave hits. And then honestly, once that's set up, I would do the green burst attack and just get that going right away because you can see these Lufenia Pluses, we're just blowing through them before, like, anything runs out. Like, you're nowhere near running out on skill uses. You just go crazy. So, anyways, guys, there you go. Let me know how you're liking Prishe. Hopefully this guide helps. Thanks for watching. We will catch you all on the next one.